Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Micron Technology, ticker MU. I've talked about them once or twice here on the channel. They got some interesting action here lately. As you can see, over the past year, they're down over 27%. Here in the past 3 months, down over 10%. The past month, down over 16.5%. Here in the past week, down 2.6%, and here's a look at today. So just had this drop off, and it just keeps dropping down further. So but again, ticker MU. If you don't know much about this one, they engage in the provision, innovation, memory, and storage solution. Operates through the following segments: compute and network business unit, mobile business unit, storage business unit, embedded business unit, and so on. Founded in 1978, market cap of $59.56 billion. High today of $58.58, low of $53.96. So you could trade this one, make a couple bucks. Not that I give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion. And 52-week high of $98.45 at a low of $51.40. Dividend yield on this one, not a whole lot, 0.72. It's better than nothing. It's similar to Apple. It has a dividend, but not much to brag about. Average volume of 14.11 million, and volume here today of 11.08. Here's a look at their ratings. Not too bad on this one, 81% buy on this one. Next earnings is available on September 29th, and as you can see, everything related to Micron is down in the red as well. So a lot of stuff that I was watching yesterday was green, and everything's in the red today, so kind of interesting. And just as I mentioned, right here is Apple. We can take a quick look at it, as they have some other information to go on. After taking a whipping, Apple leads 29 tech stocks back in demand, and this is out yesterday. Actually, we'll come back to that. It's loading. Over here on Microsoft Bing, currently showing it as a buy, $53.84 with a $75 upside. So not too bad on that one. Stock performance and outlook of Micron Technology, ticker MU. This is dated on the 13th. So in the recent session, 3.61 million shares of Micron Technology have been traded, and its beta is 1.29. Most recently, the company's share price was $55.65, and it changed around minus $2.29, or minus 3.95% from the last close, which brings the market valuation of the company to $61.63 billion. Last check was trading at a discount of 52-week high of $98.45, offering almost minus 76.91% off of that amount. The share price 52-week low was $51.40, which indicates that the recent value has risen by an impressive 7.64% since then. We note from Micron Technology, average daily trading volume is a 10-day average is 14.11 million shares, and the 3-month coming in at 16.62. And we'll go over some ratings here towards the end. Is Micron expensive for a reason? A look at the intrinsic value. How far is Micron from the intrinsic value? Using the most recent financial data, we take a look at whether the stock is fairly priced by taking the expected future cash flows and discounting them in their present value. We will take advantage of the discounted cash flow model for this purpose. Believe it or not, it is not too difficult to follow, as you see from our example. Here it kind of goes over the calculation. Two-stage model, which is the as the name states, takes into account 2 stages of growth. First stage is generally a high growth period which levels off heading towards the terminal status. captured in the second steady growth period. To begin with, we have to get estimates for the next 10 years of cash flows. Where possible, we use analyst estimates. It kind of goes over the 10-year cash flow chart estimate. Feel free to pause and go over that information. So free cash flow growth estimated by a simple Wall Street, a present value of the 10-year cash flow. We now need to calculate the terminal value, which accounts for all the future cash flow after the 10-year period. For a number of reasons, a very conservative growth rate is used that cannot exceed that of a country's GDP growth. In this case, we have used a 5-year average of the 10-year government bond yield to estimate future growth. And feel free to pause and go over that information. Not going to totally dive into that here for a lack of time. Guggenheimer trim stake in Micron. So there's always a trading, selling going on. So they reduced their position in shares of Micron by 20% in the first quarter. So again, feel free to pause and go over that information. Not going to go over that step by step. Fifth Delta Ltd makes new investment in Micron, so they're also buying shares of Micron during the first quarter, according to the most recent 13F. Fund acquired 868,000 shares of the semiconductor manufacturer stock. And I've covered quite a few other semiconductors here on the channel, so I'll go ahead and link that in the description as well for you to check those out. But here's another one, shares bought by Weatherby Asset, so everybody's buying into a Micron. By 1.2% in the first quarter, according to its most recently filing of the SEC. The institutional investor owned 21,513 shares of the semiconductor manufacturer stock after acquiring an additional 252 shares during that period. Micron considers Texas for $80 billion chip factory. Announces upcoming investor event. We are thrilled to share that our partnership with Merck has established a strategic long-term collaboration with Micron Technology to help accelerate in the semiconductor industry. So a lot of good talk about Micron here. So if you have Micron, you can list that in the comments. Over here on StockTwits, currently at 53.71, 52-week low at 51.40, so it's close to the 52-week, and the high of 98.45. Intel don't receive a recovery chip sector until 2023. I do have Intel, and I've had it for years. Wow, I didn't realize they were down that far. AMD I used to have, do not currently have. They're down as well. That used to be a $100 stock. And Nvidia, I just started buying some Nvidia. So over here on MSN Money, currently at 53.96 with a buy rating 75.53 is the upside on that one. That is it for Micron. If you have Micron, go ahead and list that in the comments. If you have another favorite semiconductor, you can list that in the comments as well. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, following Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.